Hi everyone, in this video, we'll learn how to make dropdowns in Excel cells, which include static dropdown, dropdown with dynamic values, and dependent dropdown. Let's say we have sales table and it looks like this, and we want to fill in the data using dropdowns. So let's start with the easiest one first, which is has sales, which we want to fill in as yes or no only. So select the range for the has sales, and then under data, go to data validation, and then here you choose list, and then you just type in yes, comma, no. You can put in more, such as comma, maybe. Then press OK. After that, you will immediately see the drop down available in the Excel cells. So that's a great start. So that is for the static drop down. And second, for the region, we want to make it more dynamic, which means that not only we have like 4 items, but we can add it dynamically using a table source. So you can use any empty columns or a separate sheet for that, or even a separate workbook. So let's just put it in the column F. We want to put our region names list in here. First, we want to create the header name, which is just put it as name for simplicity. And then we want to fill in the region names, East, Central, and West. And then let's add more later. So after that, you just select the range and then press Ctrl T, which means you are creating a table from a selected range. Here, you just tick my table has headers and then press OK. Once done, you will see Excel will color this differently and it is already a named table. Under the table design tab, we will put in the table name. In this case, we will name it as region. This thing is actually case insensitive, so you can put it in uppercase or lowercase, no problem. Once we have a named table, we can put it as a source table for the region. Select the region cells and then go to data, select data validation, and then allow list. In the source, you type in, so there are multiple ways to link it to the source table, but the easiest one will be using the indirect formula, which means you are taking the string input and convert it into a variable name for Excel. Our table name just now is region, and then followed by square bracket and the column name. So our column name, which is the header name of the column F, we'll put in as name. Then press OK, and then you will see the drop down available in region. So we can choose central, we can choose west, in here we can choose east, and so on. And the great thing about this, whenever we add a new row in this table, let's try to put in north and south. You will see that the north and south are also colored, which means that they are combined together as a table. So when we come back to the column region, we can select more entries here. We have the north now, we also have the south. So in a way, we already make this drop-down dynamic, which means whenever the data source is changed, the drop-down will also be reflected. And then let's learn about the third thing here, which is category and product. Whenever we choose the category here like car, the product will be reflected based on the cars list. For this one, we need to prepare 3 tables. The first one is the category name. Let's name it car and fruit. So again, for this one, we'll create it as table, Ctrl T, and then my table has headers, and then go to the table design, put the table name as category. Now, this is the table H, which is category. And then we'll create another table. Let's separate it by one column so we can see the difference. So we put a car list, Toyota, Honda, and Mazda. Ctrl T, and then my table has headers, and then under table design, we name it as car, C-A-R. So the easiest way is to name the table the same as the name of the category. So car and fruit. Again, it's case insensitive. We put one more table here, which is the fruits list. So we will have apple, banana, and watermelon. We select the range, Ctrl T, My table has headers, press OK, and then under table name, we name it the same as the category name, which is fruit. Bear in mind that these three tables are actually separate tables, so the rows are not associative to each other. Let's move on to the category. In here, we select the range for the category and then again go to data, click data validation, choose list, and then we use the indirect formula, and then the category names is the category. So the table name is category and then the header name is name. Alright, and then press OK. You will see car and fruit in here. Now the product is still not having a drop down, so let's fill that in first. So product, we select the range and then go to data validation and then click list under allow, and then again we do indirect. Normally you will do like table and then name. We have to replace the table name according to what we select in column C. We just change it to a relative reference, which is C2, and then put an N symbol, which means here the source here is based on a relative reference of C2. The first cell that we select in this range is actually D2. So C2 is a relative reference for D2. So it is according to the category that is selected on the same row. Let's press OK first and see what happens. So under product here, you can choose Toyota because on the same row, it is selected as car. Now for the next row, the selection in column C is fruit, and therefore we can choose the fruits in the column D. So next one, we can see that D here is still empty. We cannot choose anything in column D because the column C is still empty. So let's say we choose car, and then here it will appear as Honda and so on. This list is also dynamic, which means that whenever we add new thing here, like Suzuki, it will also be reflected in the cars list in the column D. So that is all I have for you. Thank you for watching. Subscribe.